He's joined by Glenn McGrath, Brett Lee and Shane Warne. Pakistan avoided wielding the axe after its last day disaster in the first test, and Waqar Younis, Shoaib Akhtar and Saqlain Mushtaq lead a vastly inexperienced 11, which will be looking to build on some encouraging signs from Sri Lanka. We head to the middle now, where Pakistan is batting after winning the toss.
Conditions extremely hot and warm here in Sharjah. And so a huge ask not only for the bowlers, but Stecky also for the batsmen.
Yes, it's a test of concentration. The only thing is, Rameez, I always felt, and I was talking to Matthew Hayden before the start of play, that as a batsman, you've got to be out there today. Much prefer to be out there batting than fielding. But it is going to be a testing day. This first session, of course, Rameez, what, 1.5 hours today. It is a holy day here.
A little bit of swing for Glenn McGrath, the first ball of the second test match. Plenty of support for the fast bowlers in the slip cordon. 6 men waiting for that edge. And the 2 umpires, well, there is Steve Waugh from West Indies, plenty of experience. And he was huffing and puffing before the day, so he'll be also under extreme pressure out there, not only from the players, but also from the conditions. Umpire Venkat from India.
Very attacking field set by Steve Waugh. As I mentioned, this is his 150th test match. This is 39th as captain of Australia. And that slip cordon there, they are under a little bit of pressure. There's no doubt that in Colombo, even though Australia won the test match, that the catching was not good. So enormous support there already for the Australian fast bowlers. And this is just the type of conditions where you must take every catch that comes your way.
An edge, but falling short of first slip. Not a great deal of pace on this track. Imran Nazir looking for a run. Well, all happening out there, an edge. And Imran Nazir looking for a cheeky run.
Well, the first test had enormous highlights. Great game of cricket. And already that one bouncing well short of first slip. And then a little rebound, and Imran Nazir decided, for some unknown reason, with that little flick back of Mark Waugh, whoops, no one backing up. But then again, the man up at the bowls, and look at that hand signal. Anything could have happened. Actually, I think the most relieved man this morning, Rameez, as we were walking past the Pakistan dressing room, and as Mike Hazen said at the toss, that Waqar perhaps might have a little niggle there, perhaps a day in the dressing room, but Shoaib Akhtar, he had a smile on his face. You could see, well, there's Shoaib there. Well, I don't have to toil today. Well, that's what he's hoping for, and probably hoping that he doesn't have to toil for most of tomorrow. Had a fantastic support he had in that first test match, and that's the temperature currently, 31 degrees.
And that's in the shade. We're well, local time, it's just about 3 minutes past 10. Humidity 82%. I think the temperature will increase as the day progresses. It's going to be extremely hard and harsh conditions for the players out there. Starting hazy but becoming clearer in the afternoon with a few low clouds. Low clouds would be what the players would be hoping out there. Maximum temperature of almost 40. An edge, and this time neatly taken by Shane Warne. So first black for the Australians here. Imran Nazir goes back to the pavilion, not disturbing the scorers.
Nice, comfortable catch for Shane Warne. That's the type of start that the Australians would have been hoping for, that the first catch that went their way was grabbed. Now, I just had for a brief instance there, just had the feeling that Adam Gilchrist may have been going to that. And just at the last instant decided against. Now let's have a look at it. Pitches didn't do all that much. No, Adam Gilchrist just had a look at it. It was too far. Nonchalant take from Shane Warne. A good pair of hands. So that's a fabulous start by the Australians. Imran Nazir out for naught. Pakistan 0 for 1.
Abdul Razak is the new batsman for Pakistan, batting at number 3. Well, he struggled in the last test match batting at this place, especially against Shane Warne. 23 matches, almost 1,000 test match runs, a very good all-rounder. Good decent average as well. Taufeeq Umar will be taking strike for the first time in this test match. And it'll be Brett Lee bowling from the media end. It's a no ball, so Pakistan off the mark.
It wasn't all that far away from off stump either. Umpire Venkat just attracting the scorers there. Imran Nazir unfortunately picked up a duck in the first test match. Played reasonably well in the second innings in Colombo. There's the no ball, clearly over, so umpire Venkat right on the job very early on. Just the 3 slips and 2 gullies for Brett Lee.
And bowled, gone for naught. So exactly both the openers falling without troubling the scorers as it happened in the first test match. Taufeeq Umar played on to Brett Lee.
You're quite right, Rameez. A repeat performance, a video replay of the first test match. Pakistan in enormous trouble early on there. Brett Lee has been given the new ball and just angled away. He plays right outside that. Inside edge, back onto the stumps. So Brett Lee gets a slice of the action. Bowling Umar for naught. And the total 1 for the loss of 2.
Pressure now on Younis Khan, the number 4 batsman for Pakistan, also the vice captain. Very good track record. Two ordinary shots played by 2 Pakistani openers. Not a great deal of movement from the bowlers. Imran Nazir was the first one to perish, and Taufeeq Umar playing away from the front pad, inside edge, rattling the stumps, and Brett Lee off to a fantastic start.
A strange one, Rami. He's got too far across. Didn't do all that much. Perhaps beaten just a little bit for pace. A real thump into the stumps there. Hit the seam nicely, mind you.
That's nicely put away by Younis Khan. There's no protection there for Glenn McGrath. So first boundary for the Pakistan team. Good to see Younis Khan. Nice shot.
Younis Khan, who really played well in the first test match against these Australians. And look at that field placing. Attack.
He's taken the catch this time. Glenn McGrath has struck again, and Pakistan are in dire straits. They're 3 down.
Well, he's been fiddling with the ball outside the off stump. Younis Khan has been circumspect with his footwork. Look at the jubilation. Australian flags flying high. Younis Khan once again pushing the ball away from his body, not covering the line, wasn't behind it. In the end, edged one straight to Andy Bickle. And that's the 3rd wicket. Younis Khan walking back after scoring 5 runs. Pakistan 8 for 3.
Misbah-ul-Haq is the next man in to face the bowling of Glenn McGrath. He'll be in the firing line, I'm sure. He stuck around for some time in the first test match. Scores of 17 and 10, so not a good test for him. Average of under 17 at 16.25. Highest score of only 28. Quite new at the game, of course, in the one-day game and also the test match arena for Pakistan, but he's going to have his work cut out now. Glenn McGrath's bowling a lovely line.
Yes, Glenn McGrath has been very accurate and threatening. He's already picked up 2 wickets for just 4 runs. Well, it's going to be hard work for the youngster out there in the middle, Misbah-ul-Haq, especially against this man in the picture, who's picked up so many experienced players in the world.
6 in the cordon, silly point and short leg. And he's off the mark, works it away leg side. Should be able to pick up 2 here. And does quite comfortably.
First string bowlers doing the job for Australia, picking up 3 batsmen for only 14 runs. Well, here's a chance for Andy Bickle to pick up a wicket in this spell of his.
That's a very good shot. Off the back foot, standing upright and smashing that through the covers for 4. Fine stroke.
That was a great stroke. Although the ball was short in length, but Abdul Razak Was looking for this kind of a delivery. Stood tall, bat acceleration, and the placement was superb. That's a very nice stroke from Abdul Razak. Great way to get off the mark.
He enjoys bowling to Abdul Razak, to Shane Warne.
Yeah, he has shown inability to combat Shane Warne's bowling. He's fallen twice in this series to Shane Warne.
Oh, that's a very good delivery. Big shout. Might have just been going leg side. Shane Warne can't believe it. Steve Waugh has said, not out. He was holding his hands up, Shane Warne. He reckons it's plumb.
Well, that was very close, no matter what you think as a bowler or a fieldsman. But the man who matters is the umpire, and Steve Waugh thought the ball was going down. Piston line, no doubt about it, straightening up. The height would have been matter, but looked like out.
Edged and gone. Mark Waugh has taken a catch. He took 3 good ones in the first test, put down 3 as well, and Bickle has struck, and he's got a smile a mile wide.
A similar mistake from a Pakistani batsman once again. Poor footwork. I would say no footwork, none whatsoever. Just hanging his bat. Just kind of a slip practice for Mark Waugh. Andy Bickle joins the party, picking up his first wicket in this test match, and that's off Misbah ul-Haq. He was only able to score 2 runs. Pakistan 23 for 4.
What an amazing start to this test match. Faisal Iqbal now at the crease. 23 for 4 of Pakistan, 20 years of age. There's Faisal Iqbal just playing his 7th test match. Highest score in the last test of 83. An impressive 83 too. Most of the Australian players actually after the game said they were very impressed with the way he did play it. His stroke play, his aggressiveness. Not just in his stroke play but also in his manner out in the middle. Bickle it is. Lovely line. Good pace from Bickle.
That's over the top. That's gone for 4. That will relieve the nerves of Abdul Razak and rest of the Pakistani camp.
Now they'll go up here, test umpire, and he's given it. Buckner gave the little nod, which is always the first indication you get. And once again, that ball pitching, I think it pitched in line, but it gave umpire Steve Buckner plenty of opportunity to see how much it was going to turn. Was the height okay? And he adjudged in favour of the bowler. Rashid Latif, the new batsman, wicketkeeper. Become very good batsman, middle order player. Good player against spin. Well, if ever they need a second 100 up alongside of his name, it's in this innings.
Yeah, the last time Rashid Latif was playing for Pakistan, scored 150. He requires to play such an innings. This is the reason why he's there. No stroke offered, easy decision from the umpire, and Pakistan is in further trouble.
As you can see, it pitches short enough to give the umpire plenty of opportunity to see how far was it going to turn and what was the height in it. Good decision by umpire Buckner. Now those 3 fellows there, their last venture to the centre wasn't all that profitable for Pakistan. Unfortunately in Colombo they needed the tail to wag and it didn't. Well, they'll need to do something dramatic here. The Australians just taking their time with things today. Normally I'm quite critical of over rates, but I don't think you can be critical in these situations.
It's very hot out there in the middle. Well, there was a field change. It's been placed at extra cover from short fine leg.
Cut away. He played that late. There were shouts of awe, and it's going to go to the boundary. Just for an instant, Shane Warne thought that he was going to get a fine nick into the gloves of Gilchrist. Suddenly the bat made better contact than Warne thought.
Well, he created his own room to play that stroke. He stayed outside the leg stump and then allowed the ball to turn. And then deft touch at the last moment, placing the ball beautifully away from Matthew Hayden. Although he chased it very hard, but didn't have legs on the ball. 4 runs.
This time out. Now that is a poor shot from Abdul Razak. He's just pulled 4 from the previous delivery. On that one, it was a shorter delivery. He pinned the ears back. He's been concentrating very, very hard. Now, I suppose he could determine that was a bit of a loose delivery, and he tried to hit it too hard.
Well, whether it was a long hop or not, as a batsman, you should be able to control the stroke. That was a slider, pitch shot, and Abdul Razak was looking to hit the ball very hard rather than placing it away from the fieldsman. In the end, it was nicely taken by Damien Martin. That's the wicket number 6. 46 for 6, Pakistan.
A disastrous start for Pakistan. Shane Mushtaq, the new batsman, comes out there, started play, thought, well, I might get a hit some stage tomorrow. Now the Australians are right on the attack. That last wicket, I reckon even Shane Warne would consider that a bonus. 2 slips. Bat pad on both sides of the batsman. That delivery to Razak, a poor one, and he really tried to hit it too hard.
And Ricky Ponting must be thinking, I'm a lucky man. It was very close, a evasive action, but it was nicely taken by Damien Martin. Kept the eyes on the ball, and that's a bonus.
Now that'll be close. And out. So Shane Warne picking up his 3rd wicket. So Shane Mushtaq just tentatively coming forward with the pad. And the Australians were quick to go up into the air. So what a great over this is for Shane Warne.
As a bowler, when you hit the pad of the batsman on the full, you always have a chance to pick up the batsman. And the thing is, you got to pitch the ball in the line. It was flighted up in the air, and Shane Mushtaq missing that fuller delivery, although it's pitched just close to his foot. And once again, Shane Mushtaq failing to get some runs against the Australians. No trouble for the scorers. Pakistan 46 for 7.
Unbelievable. 46 for 7, the first morning of a test match. This the 23rd over. Shoaib Akhtar, the Achilles heel for the Australians in Colombo, with the ball, that is. And how they would like to get rid of him quickly. That one going down the leg side. But umpire Buckner's tested. But that one was clearly going down the leg side. Pitched in line, but it was sliding down.
Well, that was spotted nicely by Steve Buckner, but not on that occasion when there was an appeal against Shane Mushtaq. Look at the revolution on the ball. It was spinning, a hint of turn, and that ball might have gone and missed the off stump. So, and look at the stride, about 2.5 foot out of the crease. Well, I think Shane Mushtaq should consider himself very unlucky.
Agree with you, Amir. Doubt in that one. The other one, as we saw the previous dismissal, you could tell that the ball bounced well and truly short, that the turn wasn't going to take it past the stumps, and the height was good. Now, with that one, you can see the pad hit around about middle and off stump. Now, as you mentioned, 2.5 feet in front of the batting crease, which is 4 feet away from the stumps. And in 6.5 feet, that ball can turn quite a bit.
Yeah, we thought that Shane Mushtaq got hit on the full, and that wasn't the case.
Now, there's plenty of mosques around the place. There's a couple of mosques not too far from the ground. You might just be able to hear the call to prayer that's going through the loudspeakers from the minarets at the top. Nick, he's on his way. Shoaib Akhtar has gone. He looks to the heavens, and the Australians celebrate yet again.
Well, another wicket. Good piece of bowling here from Andrew Bickle. Shy, caught on the crease, just fended at that one. Caught, well, probably almost the shoulder of the bat here. Simple catch. Bickle goes a touch wide. Well, it wasn't the shoulder of the bat, but a very simple catch there through to Gilchrist. And another rattle for the Australians. Show about for 1, 49 for 8.
And anyways, the skipper who's out now, Waqar Younis for Pakistan, who passed a fitness test very, very late in proceedings today. A little bit of a slight back strain. Very experienced. 82 test matches for the skipper. The Australian crowd are pretty fired up here. Not many here, but they're making some noise, that's for sure. Have to wait for confirmation, but I think that might be a leg by. Yes, it is. 50 up for Pakistan, but they're 8 down. Slip in a gully, leg slip as well. Silly point, short leg, and fine leg up a fraction. Shake of the head from Steve Buckner, just going down leg side a fraction. Big shot from Shane Warne, just about a double appeal, that one.
Well, there was 2 noises there, but I think his bat obviously hit his leg. I think it might have just been angling at leg stump too as well. It looks leg stumpish there, doesn't it? Yeah, there's the bat hitting the foot. That's the other noise, but that's just missing leg stump. Good decision there from Buckner.
Now there's another shot. That's pad first, out. I think it's a good call. I think that's right. It was certainly pad first. Waqar Younis can't believe it. It was bat after the pad. He's got to go.
Well, it was a similar shot, wasn't it? But except this delivery has got to be middle stump. It's a quicker one too as well, the toppy. The bat, I'm sure, hits the foot or the pad. And if he's missed this one, well, he is in trouble because he's given him out. But let's have a little look here. It's always looking middle stump there, isn't it? Well, it's hit the pad, and then the bat. And there's the shaded stumps there behind. That's not going to miss. 50 for 9.
Well, Rashid Latif certainly struggling out there in the middle. He's got a runner, and that's Imran Nazir. He's going to be assisting. Rashid Latif, while his innings, well, not a very good sign for Pakistan.
Thermometer, obviously not out in the centre, but down around the boundary area there, 48 degrees.
Well, that's a strange thing about Sharjah weather, isn't it? The humidity in the morning was 95%, and now it has come down to late 30s.
But the temperature's gone up, Amir. Searching for the Orca. It slipped through the slip cordon for 4.
Danish Canaria getting into the action. A bit too early for his liking. He would have hoped that the Pakistani batsman would play well, but here was his chance, angling the face of the bat and slicing the ball off the face of the bat for 4 runs.
They've cleared the lowest first innings total of a team batting first, which was made by South Africa. And that is team batting first in a test match. South Africa won the toss, elected the bat way back in 1932. The top 4 there, the lowest totals, all against the Aussies. Now that's up there to be driven, and driven well by Canaria. Slowish outfield. Just the 2 runs in it. He was searching for the Orca. Beautifully set up then by Brett Lee. So that is the end of an extraordinary innings for Pakistan. The lowest ever in Test cricket for Pakistan, eclipsing that 62 in Perth, made off just 31.5 overs.
But earlier on in this over, Brett Lee tried a Yorker, but turned out to be a half volley driven by Danish Canaria for a couple. But on this occasion, it was spot on. No chance for Danish Canaria to dug it out. What a way to finish the innings. Getting rid of the tail-ender, bowled him out. Danish Canaria is walking back after scoring 8 runs. Pakistan has been bundled out for 59 runs in their first innings of this second test match at Sharjah. Well, if you think that it's an international dialing code, it's not. That's what the Pakistani openers did, getting a duck once again in the first innings of the test match. A bit of defiance from Abdul Razak. He was poked down, but he still scored 21 runs, and that was the highest and only double figures in this innings. Yunus Khan failing for the first time in this series. Misbah ul Haq never looked like getting runs. Faisal Iqbal, although played well, but he was nicely taken by Warne. Well thought out wicket. Rashid Latif not out for 4 runs, and then once again failure at the tail. Tail never wagged for the Pakistanis. 59 was the score.
Catching good by the Australians today. They supported their fast bowlers. Glenn McGrath, a couple of catches taken. 2 for 10 off his 7 overs. As you can see, the overs pretty well distributed amongst the quick bowlers. Some of them bowled in 1-over spells. And of course, Shane Warne picked up 11 wickets in Colombo. He can add another 4 to his total. 4 for 11. That is unbelievable today.
Has featured in so many big partnerships along with Matthew Hayden. They pair off really well. He's just 30 years of age.
Now, Waqar Younis, Pakistan captain, to open up proceedings from the commentary end. And right into the middle of the bat. Now, I find that a little bit surprising, Amir. I know that Waqar is skipper, but after what we saw from Shoaib in Colombo and that lightning spell of his there, I would have thought it was nearly mandatory for him to take the new ball.
Well, the Pakistanis, they do play with the pattern as well. Well, Waqar Younis is the senior most bowler in the Pakistani team. He's the captain. Yes, and he's been opening the bowling for Pakistan for a long time. And I guess Shoaib Akhtar has to do a bit more than that. He has to win the games for Pakistan before taking on the new ball straight up.
Now you're a tough man. Good save. Danish Canaria had 4 runs written all over that. Now Pakistan have got to do a lot of that this afternoon. They've got to throw themselves around in the field. Got to cut shots off like this. That was beautifully struck.
Well, the Pakistani fields, when they are required to do hard work, and Danish Canaria are doing a fine job. Great work. Diving full length, certainly saving 3 runs for his team. Justin Langer is off the mark with a confident stroke.
Now, Shoaib Akhtar, 5 for 21 in one of the best spells of bowling you'd ever see in Colombo. Now, to try in some way get some respect back into this match for Pakistan, he's got to do something sensational again. Finished off the first innings in spectacular fashion also. Lightning spell in the second. Set the Australians really on their heels.
Yes, the Pakistanis certainly require an invigorated effort from Shoaib Akhtar, although we know that he doesn't pick up many wickets with the new ball in the hand. And the Australian batsmen, knowing that the Pakistani bowlers can do really well with the old ball, they'll be looking to take the attack to the Pakistani bowlers, and especially Shoaib Akhtar. They would be hoping to put a lot of runs on the board before the ball starts reverse swinging. So it'll be a good contest. Shoaib Akhtar looking for quick wickets, and the Aussies looking for quick runs. First delivery from Shoaib Akhtar. Crowd behind him.
Punch through the covers. Beautiful shot from Langer. 4 runs.
A loosener from Shoaib Akhtar. Not a lot of effort behind that delivery, and it was in the right there in the slot for Justin Langer. Lent into the stroke, placing the ball away from Waqar Younis at mid-off, and scored his first boundary in this innings.
Not a big man, Justin Langer. Picked up the line of that one particularly well, as Amir Sahel mentioned. A loosen up delivery. And Langer was sweating upon that. He's faced him many times, and he knows probably the first one is a loosen up delivery. Now that's a quicker one. That was wide, well stroked, beautiful shot. 4 runs to Matthew Hayden. Effortless shot through the covers.
Wideish half volley. Offside, lent into the stroke, presenting the full face, placing the ball beautifully. Well, these are the kind of deliveries the Pakistani bowlers can do without.
There's the field setting there. 3 slips, a gully waiting down there with the keeper at the bottom, your pitcher. Man at mid-wicket. And 3 on the offside. Up there, mid-off, cover and a point.
An edge, and well, that's gone away to the boundary. Not a very good effort from Imran Farad, the 12th man who's come in, position at first slip. And got to support the bowlers here.
Well, it was always short of him there. He's beaten Langer, kept it down, and just didn't get down far enough. You can't give away runs. When you haven't got runs, you can't afford misfields.
This time it's a nice square drive from Justin Langer, although didn't middle it, but he was onto it very quickly. That'll be a boundary.
Well, the reason he didn't middle it was he was a little late on it. That was 95 miles per hour, this one. And Langer, the reason went behind was because he was a little late. He was trying to hit that in front of point, I'm sure. There you'll see, he just doesn't get the bat through in time. Kept it down, but, and it went through the gap.
Shoaib Akhtar working up some serious pace here in his second over. Waqar Younis will continue bowling his third over. That's nicely placed. Can be very irritating for a bowler because that was a pretty decent ball from Waqar. Just an edge carrying that one quickly to the boundary.
Well, they just can't be afford to be super attacking here, I don't think, Pakistan. Otherwise, they're going to be in real big trouble. I don't know. I still think you can attack with a man down there, especially to 2 left-handers that are going to work you like that. He's trying to move the ball. He's trying to bowl innings and then the waist swinger for the neck. And to have a man down there is not defensive. It's just, you know, it's more protective than anything.
Close, very close. Venkat will be challenged by Waqar Younis, and the decision will not go in favour of the bowler here. I thought it was mighty close.
Well, Venkat was quick to say no to that one. It was virtually straight away when they asked. Venkat shook his head straight away. Let's have a look where it pitches. There's the tram tracks. Well, it's hit him outside. It's not going to hit. That's a good decision from Venkat. There you can see yourself. It really needed to come back a long way. There it is again.
His first instance, it looked extremely close, and there you see Justin Langer just a little worried look. Looking at the umpire, Waqar Younis was not impressed one bit. And Venkat wasn't either. Very good run, and Matthew Hayden in the end had to die for his survival, but no danger done. 29 without a wicket, Australia.
Razak now from the bottom end, relieving Shoaib.
That's beautifully put away by Matthew Hayden. With effortless ease, that ball is eased towards the mid-wicket boundary.
Well, Danish Canaria coming back from Test match cricket after a long layoff. Leg spinners usually require a bit of time to settle down.
Bang. What a good shot that is. That's gone a long way. It's gone all the way for 6. That's a glorious stroke.
Indeed it was. Justin Langer looked to come down to the track on the previous delivery. Wasn't enough room, but on that occasion came out of the crease with all the positivity and certainty. And in the end, hitting the ball very hard, and there is a hole in the hoarding board which has been placed just outside the boundary rope. And it suggests that that ball was hit fiercely by Justin Langer.
I think they've got a bit of a plan here, Amir. They wouldn't have seen too much of Danish Canaria. Langer's on 29 not out off 35 balls. They're not going to let him settle at all, and you just touched on that a couple of balls ago.
Well, attack is the name, isn't it? These Australian batsmen looking very positive. They're looking to take the best of Danish Canaria. He's only young. He's done well in Test match cricket.
And again, it's another good shot. Hasn't gone quite as far, but it's still going to have 2 bounces and go over the rope. So aggressive stuff from Justin Langer. 11 runs from the over, 46 for no loss. In the air, and, well, he's dropped it. It's gone onto the stumps, though, but Justin Langer was behind. It is being referred after eventually Danish Canaria appealed. I think he's okay, though. Third umpire will have a good look at this, and he'll let us know.
Well, Younis Khan is very confident. He's congratulating Danish Canaria out there in the middle.
Well, they're looking a bit anxious out there, the Australians. Justin Langer turned to the change room and actually stuck his finger up, signifying to his teammates that he thinks he might be out. Now, does the hand touch the ball? I'm sure he does. Yes, he does. Comes back a bit, and I think that's out. The bat is just off the ground a fraction, so Danish Canaria does well to appeal. The question is, did he touch it? I think there was some deflection. So Justin Langer was right with that finger up to the change room. Justin Langer is walking away, and so he therefore has been given out. Disappointment there for Justin Langer. What a way to go.
Well, it accentuates your point, Mike Hisman, which were you making in the first Test match, never to back up too much as far as non-striker batsman is concerned. He had to pay the price. He's walking back. First wicket for the Pakistanis, Justin Langer. Run out for 37, 55 for 1, Australia.
Ricky Ponting is the next man in. He's at the non-strikers end, of course. Australia trail by 4 runs, and they've lost their first wicket. And as far as Justin Langer is concerned, what a disastrous way to get out. Matthew Hayden on strike.
We'll have a look. It was driven up-ish. Return catch. There was a touch on the fingers.
Down the track. Lovely shot of that from our stump cam.
They like to be positive, the Aussies. They like to get, well, the runs per over up 3 to 4 in a day. So they're going to be positive. This one's through the crease there. Anything short just gives you all the time in the world. Well, it's a valiant attempt there for the field, but never, ever going to cut that one off.
We've already had one ball go through an advertising ball. We almost had one captain going through one. He had the chase on. The outfielder's got a little bit quicker now, but good solid shot this from Matthew Hayden. Picked the gap, and Waqar Younis had to get chasing after it. Tried hard. Good try from the skipper, but not to beat.
That was the wrong one again. Matty Hayden had trouble. No trouble with that. That's gone away from 4. Well struck.
He had all the time in the world to put that one away. Sharjah was the man down at deep backward square. Also the wrong one. It was a little bit short though, and he hit it right out of the screws, and Sharjah had no chance whatsoever.
Well, that could be 6. That's no, just about 40 centimetres just inside the rope. Good little shot there from Hayden, just down the pitch. Beaten in flight, but still went through with the shot, chipped it over wide mid-on.
That bloke's got worse shirts than you, Tomo, the guy with the flag. Very, very good shot by Matthew Hayden. It was just a matter of time, really, before he waltzed down the track and looked to bunt him over the top of mid-on. As we've said so often, he's a strong boy. Long on back now, so a single this time. That's intelligent batting.
More runs for Ricky Ponting. This is away from Sharjah. He'll dive and stop it. Lovely footwork from Shoaib Akhtar. Better than most of his mates who showed very little footwork out there when they went out to bat. Hayden on 49 is looking for the single to get him to 50. This partnership 53 of 89 balls. Safe cricket from the Australians. Fletter from Saklan Mushtaq leaving that one well alone. Last crash through the offside, but there's a cushion there. But Matthew Hayden will get his 50. Well played, Matthew Hayden. The left-hander really showing a lot of guts, determination, and a fair bit of class as well.
He was disappointed with his effort in Colombo, missed out over there, and you could tell this morning out in the centre he was built up.
Nicely played. This is a lovely shot from Ricky Ponting. No need to run for that one. That is a classic shot. Picking the in-swing so beautifully and early and whacking the ball away through mid-wicket.
And today we've seen very few drives. This pitch just holding up a little bit. That was superbly timed by Ricky Ponting. Virtually held back on the shot too. Allowed it to come to him. Got the bat into nice position. Virtually picked the spot in which he was going to hit it.
2 more balls to go in this over. Wider of the crease, and Ricky Ponting has put him away in great style. Couple of bounces into the boarding hooks.
Shame to see this. He's struggling out there. Dropped it in short. Ponting quick to seize upon it. Seeing the ball well at the moment. Didn't try to overhit it. Now I would think that Shoaib after this delivery will go off the ground because he is struggling.
That's a very good delivery. It spun, and the length importantly on that occasion was spot on. Very good delivery from Dinesh Kanaria.
There seemed to be a noise there, but the ball clearly beat the bat, and the bat was away from the pad, but there seemed to be some sort of noise.
Down the track, and that is a clean hit. That's a big one. That's 6. So strong reply from Ricky Ponting after he was beaten by Dinesh Kanaria. 125 for 1. And going over the top. Now he wanted him to play that shot, but it was very well struck. He got to the boundary very quickly.
3 men only on the offside. One of them is a first slip. Straight back over the bowler's head. He's hit that solidly. That's racing away pretty quickly for 4 runs.
A bit of fly from Saklan Mushtaq on that occasion. And Ricky Ponting spotting that. Coming out of the blocks, hitting the ball straight over the head. Although, it was a desperate attempt from Saklan Mushtaq, but of no use. 4 runs is the result.
Pakistan are going to be desperate here for a breakthrough. Oh, that's a good shot. That's gone straight through the man, a short extra cover, and all along the carpet for 4.
That's the shot of the day. What a beautiful stroke that was. And look at that stroke. Came down to the track with all the positivity, and the placement was superb. No chance for Saklan Mushtaq, who was placed at mid-off. The ball raced away towards the boundary line for 4 runs. Great to see Ricky Ponting batting like that.
A little bit of a shooting gallery at... That could be out. He's patted up. Is it wrong? And yes, it is. Up goes the finger. So that's the breakthrough Pakistan were looking for. He was looking pretty tired. Well, as Ricky Ponting, he's just had a bit of a word, I think, too, as he went off with the Pakistan players celebrating. They wouldn't have had to reply too much because he's got to go.
A huge breakthrough for the Pakistanis, and especially Ricky Ponting, who was looking dangerous, started playing his strokes. That was a wrong on. Came from the back of the palm, and Ricky Ponting, not reading it, offered no stroke and had to pay the price. The ball was pitched in line and was going to hit the middle stump. And the Aussies, they have lost their second wicket. Ricky Ponting, after playing a good knock of 44, is walking back. 145 for 2 is the total.
Mark Waugh is the next man in for Australia. Of course, he was blown away by Sharjah. The last innings he played, he got a first baller in Colombo, but played pretty well eventually, got 55 in the first innings there. So this will be another little test for Mark Waugh, who seems to be under a little bit of pressure every time he goes to the crease these days. But he's got an outstanding record as Mark Waugh, averaging 42.13 in 127 test matches and just over 8,000 runs. He's a magnificent player, but he's been sitting in the change room where there's no air conditioning for a lot of the day, watching a big partnership.
One thing is for sure, he's the most elegant batsman in the world of cricket. He's played so many beautiful innings throughout his career. But like you said, he was blown away by Shoaib Akhtar in the second innings of the first test match. But Shoaib Akhtar is not there. Danish Canaria is bowling well.
Well, that's not a bad way to get off the mark. He's just stroked that through extra cover. Nice and fluent from Mark Waugh. And he comes back for 2. See, we're getting it nice and tight there to that shot of Mark Waugh's feet. Oh, that's a very good shout. That's come back a long way. That's gone. Up goes the finger. And I think that's a good shout as well from Steve Buckner. Hit the pad first, then the bat, and Mark Waugh's on his way. 2 quick ones for Pakistan.
Once again, a great decision from umpire Steve Buckner. The ball hitting the pad first and then went on to hit the bat. And once again, in 2 test matches, twice, Steve Buckner has been spot on. Well, that was darted in the air, forced the batsman on the back foot. Mark Waugh was looking to play the ball square of the wicket on the offside. The ball turned miles, and in the end, the ball hitting the pad right in line, and that's the wicket number 3.
Australia have lost 2 wickets for the addition of only 3 runs. Steve Waugh, the captain, is the next man in, and you can see that there's confirmation of him playing his 150th test match, just behind Alan Border, who played 156 test matches magnificently for Australia. Courtney Walsh just under Steve with 132. Kapil Dev just one behind him. Then brother Mark Waugh, who's just disappeared, for 127, and this is how he went.
Well, once again, a brave and accurate decision. Mark Waugh is looking to play the ball against the turn. Well, the bat was way away from the line of that delivery, and in the end, he was adjudged leg before wicket. Big wicket for the Pakistanis. Getting Mark Waugh is always very pleasing for the bowlers.
No problems with the height, that's for sure. But a good decision by umpire Steve Buckner. Will nod of the head, and then that's out. Waqar Younis was pretty pleased with that. He knows how dangerous Mark Waugh can be in these, in these sort of situations.
Well, it's a good spell of bowling from the Pakistani bowlers, picking up 2 wickets for just 3 runs.
Steve Waugh hasn't budged from the middle. It took some time to go, and I'm not convinced. There's a shake of the head. I don't think there was any inside edge in that. But the Pakistanis have picked up another one.
Well, Steve Waugh looks very convinced, and he's muttering, and he's suggesting that he never had a nick. But the Pakistani fieldsman and Saklan Mushtaq, they were quite confident. Well, it was the case of bat hitting the pad first, and then the ball hitting the pad. And once again, in this series, Steve Waugh has been very unlucky. He's walking back, shaking his head, but the Pakistanis have picked up their 4 wickets. 148 for Australia now.
Damien Martin's the next man in now. Hat-trick ball, of course. Now, Australia have lost 3 wickets for 3 runs. In the second innings in Colombo, they lost 4 wickets for 4 runs. And believe it or not, it's the same players involved. Ricky Ponting, Mark Waugh, and now Steve Waugh. Adam Gilchrist was the 4th to go in Colombo, but it's Damien Martin on strike now. And Shane Mushtaq is on a hat-trick. It's a big shot for Shane Mushtaq, and Steve Buckner says not out with a bit of a smile as well. That's 4. Very, very good shot through extra cover. 6 runs from the over, 161 for 4.
Good bowling by Canaria. Just working away at the off stump of Damien Martin. Now short, pulled away through mid-wicket. Chase for Waqar here, might just drag it back. Oh, he did, but unfortunately, I think he must have touched it again, and it just rolled over the rope. Yeah, this is testing the umpire, Buckner. He turns it down. They thought there was a bit of bat pad in it. He didn't. So Martin survives, 191 for 4. Now, the umpires just got together again, and I think most people thought that they were going to go off. Now, they've had a little bit of a discussion, and it looks like they've decided it stumps. And Langer and Hayden got the innings off to a pretty good start once again, putting together an opening stand of 58 before Justin Langer was run out in a peculiar manner. Drop chance from Matthew Hayden, went back onto the stumps, and suddenly he was just out of his ground and wasn't impressed. Ricky Ponting played pretty well for his 44 off 65 deliveries, and then unfortunately for the Waugh brothers, they failed. And you can just see the headlines back in Australia tomorrow. So Australia going on, and terrific effort from Matthew Hayden. Not only the fact of the 74 runs, but showing remarkable stamina. So the Australian lead, quite a healthy one, 191 for 4.
Well, Pakistani struggled today with their new ball bowlers. Waqar Younis just bowling 3 overs. Shoaib Akhtar, who looked impressive in his first 3-over spell, but then looked pretty flat as the weather had the better of him. Dinesh Canaria and Shane Mushtaq, the 2 spinners used by Waqar Younis, in both deal for Waqar Younis. We can now go to our commentators. Mike Haseman is with Amir Sohail.
Thanks, Ramez. Yes, Matthew Hayden's striding out purposefully. He played superbly yesterday, 74 not out at the moment, 30 years of age. Terrific performance, batting for a long, long time out there, 222 minutes. And he was getting very, very weary at the end of the day's play. Of course, his partner is Damien Martin, 30 years of age. He's been there for 9 minutes shy of an hour, so he's seen the conditions out in the middle, but Australia in such a powerful position. 191 for 4 though at the moment, and they lead by 132. Well worked, leg side, good placement as well. The outfield is a little bit on the slow side. It's fairly lush here at Sharjah, and a couple more runs to Damien Martin also brings up the 50 partnership between these two, so this is solid stuff from Australia.
Very important partnership by these 2 batsmen. Martin arrived at the crease when Australia lost 3 quick wickets, and they required a partnership, and these 2 players, they played very sensibly. At one time, there was a hope for the Pakistanis to come back into this test match, but because of this partnership and performance, once again, the chances of the Pakistani team to come back into the test match, they are very bleak.
the over. 198 for 4. And there's a single to bring up the 200 for Australia. 200 for 4.
Now, that's 4 runs. The first boundary of the day, and for just an instant, Razak thought that he was going to have some success. 219 for 4. And very watchful Damien Martin at the moment. He's on 29.
Yeah, the run rate suggests that he's been very watchful. 28 runs, 86 deliveries.
At last he's got a cover drive through. Now this is a chase for Misbah-ul Haq, and it just beats him. So the boundary to Hayden in the previous over, 1 to Martin, off Canaria. Now that's out. Now that's the breakthrough that they've been searching for. Damien Martin just getting a little bit loose, and Razak picks up the wicket.
Well, a little bit output for the Pakistani bowlers. They worked so hard to pick up this wicket. They have kept the things tight. Damien Martin pushing the ball away from his body, getting a healthy edge, and at last there is a smile on Abdul Razak's face. Damien Martin walking back. 34 runs was his personal, and as the player's going to take the drinks, Australia 224 for 5.
And that's the temperature in the sunshine. 44 degrees, and the humidity 39%. For Matthew Hayden, I would think that he is a lot hotter than that, Amir Sahel.
Adam Gilchrist. He's getting out there in the middle. He's been struggling throughout this series and also in the one-day tournaments of late, although the record is phenomenal. Look at that average.
And he comes out, the fall of Damien Martin. Nice little nick to the substitute wicketkeeper. Let's see how he gloves it. Got it right down the bottom of the fingers, but that didn't matter. He held on to it.
Well, Damien Martin and Younis Khan, they have a similar kind of a technique. And they have given away their wicket by playing this kind of a stroke. They play away from their body. They're not bothered to cover the line of the delivery. You've got to move back and across in order to play this kind of a stroke. Look at the back foot. Never moved. Had to pay the price.
The wrong one.
Jeffrey Thompson was talking about Danish Canaria's action. He was spot on. He's 12 o'clock. He's high arm. For a leg spinner, it's very important to come from 1 o'clock. The arm should be low a bit. And then there is another major problem with his action is he doesn't swivel and pivot a lot in order to get a bit more purchase and drift. And that's where he has to work really hard.
Well, that's the example, and you explained it perfectly there. In fact, he's at midday around about there on the left, Canaria. Now that's short, swatted away, out to forward square leg. And 4 runs.
Oh, welcome boundary for Adam Gilchrist. Well, look at that. On the left-hand side, it's Danish Canaria, and Shane Warne is on the right side of the television screen, and that's a huge difference, isn't it? And because of this, Shane Warne gets a lot of turn and drift in the air. Well, straight away into action, Adam Gilchrist, hitting that beautifully over mid-wicket for 6 runs. Well, he is a dangerous player. Australia 235 for 5.
Now a bit fed up with being pegged down by Razak. Takes the long handle to it and picks up 4 runs. So he moves into the 90s. There he comes down. Now he's gone after that one. We'll have to wait and see on the umpire if he gets the 100 or not, and he does. Now, that's a rarity. Not all that many batsmen get to 100 by hitting it for 6, and that is a great century for Matthew Hayden. He's probably played more brilliant innings, but that is a tough 100 for him.
Well, smiles on Matthew Hayden's face. But he really struggled to find his timing in the first test match. It was a failure, but now compensating. That's a beautiful innings. Paced it nicely. Hitting 8 boundaries and a 6.
The stats tell the story. Long innings from Matthew Hayden. 5.5 hours, 8 boundaries. Normally you see him when he picks 100 up. There's a lot more boundaries than that, but what a great way in which to get it.
Well, yes, always nice to have complete your 100 by hitting a 6. And Javed Miandad was so good at doing that. He's done it so many times. And this man in the picture has done it as well. Look at the expression on his face.
Now that's short. Gilchrist accommodates him nicely. Pulls him away for 4. So the run's starting to flow here for Sharjah. Now they go up for this one. That's out. So the success, and a captain loves to see that. When you bring a bowler back into the attack because you think that he's got a dominance over a batsman and you get him out. So Waqar Younis there, pats all round there for Shoaib. The end of Adam Gilchrist.
Well, that was a wild stroke. Shoaib Akhtar once again picking up Adam Gilchrist. Wide delivery, and Adam Gilchrist was looking to go after Shoaib Akhtar and losing his wicket. Australia 252 for 6.
Shane Warne comes to the wicket. Picked up a pair in Colombo. Wasn't impressed with it. Talking to him this morning, Amir, he said, well, I've got some wickets. Ideally like to get some runs. He's very much aware that he picked up a pair in Colombo. Best of 99. So Pakistan picking up a couple of wickets in this last half hour or so. The second one, a very important one.
Well, it was the case that before you get me, I'm going to go after you and try and pick up some quick runs. Wasn't the case, getting inside edge, and lucky for Shoaib Akhtar, it did carry to the wicketkeeper, Taufeeq Umar. Look at the jubilation. Always a great wicket to pick up. Adam Gilchrist.
Slow ball. Disguised by a bit of a yelp from Shoaib Akhtar. A run down to third man and a boundary. Another boundary to Matthew Hayden. That's his 9th 4 in this innings. Oh, that's a very, very quick delivery. It's hit him on the helmet, I think. We'll have to just check that, because aggressive stuff from Shoaib Akhtar. He is really fired up. Goodness me, Matthew Hayden has played remarkably, and now there's just a little bit of spark in the middle. I think Waqar Younis is having a word and say, please, one more. If you've got one more in you. Looks like he might have. That is the end of the over. The lead is, no, it's not quite the end of the over. There's one more ball, let alone one more over to go. But very, very quick delivery.
Icing on the cake for Shoaib Akhtar. Well, he wanted to hit Matthew Hayden for sure. He was having a verbal argument with the left-hander and finally managed to hit one with a very, very fast one. Just ducked into that one.
Let's try it again. Another short delivery. This time Hayden lets it go through to the keeper. There's a bit of a grin from the quick and a bit of a mumble from the left-handed opening batsman. 257 for 6.
That's a very confident stroke. Right out of the middle of the bat. The placement wasn't there.
Well, Warne hasn't had much joy in this Test series. He does fancy himself as a batsman. He is a hard hitter, Warne. He's probably a little disappointing. I think he has been in his career with the bat. He's had a lot to do with the ball, but he can bat.
Yes, he has played quite a few innings for Australia when it was really required. 750s That's not bad. And I remember he scored 90-odd runs against New Zealanders in the last series, which was played. Look at that stroke. You were telling me he can bat. Definitely. That's the evidence. Beautiful stroke. Wrenched it away towards mid-wicket boundary for 4 runs.
Well, that's Hoy Trevor mid-wicket. There was a lot of bottom hand in that. It's probably landed 20 metres short. That's a good shot.
Oh, that was a wideish delivery. And even Taufeeq Umar, who's doing a good job, he wasn't able to reach. And in the end, 4 easy runs and 4 extra runs into the total.
An edge and taken by Younis Khan. That's a very good catch, sharp catch. And Younis Khan showing good reflexes. And they've been out there for a long time now, the Pakistanis, and Younis Khan, well, he was on the mark here.
He was just starting to enjoy that, Shane Warne. I had the feeling it came out for a little bit of air too. We're behind it. Just the reaction. In it went and came out and grabbed it on the second occasion. So good sharp catch there from Younis Khan. Showed he had good hands in Colombo. So Shane Warne heading back to the pavilion for 19, Australia, 285 for 7.
So another wicket for Pakistan. And now Britley is out there. And he'll be helping his partner Matthew Hayden, who's got 100, 23 matches. And a pretty decent average for somebody who comes low down the order. Can bat for sure, Britley. It was Saklan Mushtaq who got rid of Shane Warne with a very good ball.
Third wicket for Saklan. Good catch from Khan at the end. That flew off the bat. Have to have good reflexes. It did come out for air. He's down, in, out, kept his eye on it, didn't panic, which was the major asset in taking that catch on the rebound. And Shane Warne, he was starting to enjoy that out there, and he's disappointed at getting out. Perhaps just jamming the bat on the ground, getting caught also, just holding the bat back a little bit. And Saklan at last getting Shane Warne.
Unconquered. That was a very strange shot. Now, I haven't seen that to happen very often. A full toss being sliced from a spinner through the slip cordon. 300 Australia exactly now for 7 wickets down. Oh, very close, and given by umpire Venkat straight away. The impact was spot on. So a good beginning for Abdul Razak. Picks up his second.
Perhaps Waqar Younis should make more bowling changes. Instant success. And that's what you like to see as a skipper. Umpire Venkat. Up goes the finger pretty quickly on that occasion. So Razak picking up his second wicket of the day. End of Brett Lee. He's out for 12. 304 for 8.
Andy Bickle is the new batsman. Brett Lee has picked up by Abdul Razak leg before. 7 matches and just 63 runs at this level of the game. That was a straightforward decision for umpire Venkat. This one was plumb.
2 for 22 now for Razak. Hit around about the crease. A little bit of angle still in that delivery. But the umpire, as he saw it, would have picked up the leg stump. Height, no problem. But just in front of that batting crease. So Abdul Razak into his 9th over. This is one maiden, 2 for 22.
Just getting the ball to jag around for sure, Abdul Razak. And though he doesn't have a great deal of pace, but he's got the movement. 2 for 22.
Cries of catch it. He's chipped it over the top of covers, looking to go, I think, over mid-off. Just a bit of turn from Saklan Mushtaq. He's going to pick up 2 more. He's super fit, is Matthew Hayden. Touches and turns back for the 3rd. Lead now 250 for Australia. Now this one could well be out. Yes, it is. Imran Nazir is the man who's taken the catch. So that's the end of what has been a remarkable innings, an absolutely superb innings from Matthew Hayden, showing superb endurance. His 9th Test 100 has come to an end now, but gee, he's done the job for Australia.
Well, he certainly has. The big accolades galore for him when he gets in there, and that's a monumental effort here from Matty Hayden. This is how he was brought undone, deceived by Sir Clay, tried to hit it for a mid-wicket against the spin, just spooned it up to cover there. Good catch, run around, took it safely at end. So Matthew Hayden's mammoth innings brought to an end here. 119, 255 balls, 430 minutes. Superb effort from him. The 9th wicket down, 310 runs on the board.
Glenn McGrath is number 11 for Australia, as he has been for some time. Someone who can stick around a bit, but won't see too many shots from him. Andy Bickle might start winding up now. Glenn McGrath's Test career, 86 Test matches he's played now, and averaging 6.5. But he's there because of this dismissal of Matthew Hayden, just looking to chip, I think, over mid-on, and in the end just being caught in covers. But quite interesting, he was dismissed exactly 24 hours after he took guard yesterday.
Well, that's right. It wouldn't be far wrong. Well, obviously, it's not wrong with our statisticians here. Just 5-2 at the moment. That is a monumental effort in the heat that was yesterday. It's not much too much cool little day. Abdul Razak now. That was the over gone.
McGrath on strike. And that's out. First up, that's gone. Up goes the finger. So Glenn McGrath hasn't prolonged the agony for Pakistan at all. He's on his way now. And Australia all out for 310.
Yes, just walking straight in front of Razak, straight one. Middle stump. Yeah, Glenn shakes his head there. What was I doing there? Tried to get forward, but he just all he succeeded in doing is going across the crease. A golden duck. Here we go. There won't be a lot wrong with this, I wouldn't have thought. Definitely not. It's going to hit middle stump about, well, 1 foot high, I suppose. There it is on off. It's going to hit middle. He was given out. He was the last man to fall for Australia. 310 runs Australia accrued on 92.1 overs. So their lead 251 at the moment. And a very big ask for Pakistan in about 10 minutes' time.
Yes, it certainly is. Glenn McGrath, by the way, he looked like he had a bat sponsor in Colombo and also in this innings.
He might have just lost it.
310 all out. Australia in their first innings. Justin Langer played very well with Matthew Hayden.
They failed in Colombo in the first innings, did a pretty good job in the second innings. It was an opening stand of 91. Laid a good foundation, gave them a chance to win that Test match. Now they'll have to do a repeat performance. Now, we'll let the first couple go, having a look at proceedings. He's got to do that. Unfortunately, Amir, he seems to adopt those tactics for a few deliveries, and then he seems to always have a go at one outside the off stump.
Well, that's been his problem, I would say, Achilles heel as far as Imran Nazir is concerned. Especially when there are 4 fieldsmen in the slip and 2 gullies, you can avoid playing those strokes outside the off stump. What you really require to do is just play straight as much as you can.
Looking to get off the mark. When the ball made contact, he was nearly running with the shot.
Well, look at that stroke. See, even if he's defending, although the bat was very close to the pad, but still the ball went to gully area. And that's where he really have to work hard. Whenever he's defending, the ball should go right in front of his eyes rather than behind.
And if ever there is a bowler to test you, it's Glenn McGrath. Now, he played that one exceptionally well, and that highlights exactly what Amir Sohail was talking about. He kept it in front of the wicket.
Well, Mike Haseman pointed out one thing, that whenever he's defending, his toe is always pointed towards the bowler or the mid-off. It means that he's not side-on. He's opening up a bit. And as an opener, what you really require to do is play as much as side-on you can. And that's how you can survive.
Well left. Six Australian fieldsmen in the slip cordon. A first, a second and a third slip. Then we've got another fieldsman around and around about a fifth slip position, and two gullies. Plenty of support there for McGrath, and you'd expect that when you lead by 251 runs. Little tentative, great save. Now this could be a run out. This will be a run out. What a terrible start to this innings. The old cricket adage, you never run on a misfield. They were watching the ball. A fantastic save by Ponting in the covers. McGrath got back, he took the throw, took the bails off, and unfortunately a dreadful start for Pakistan.
Well, sad way to get your pair, isn't it? Without facing a delivery, when you're looking to save the pair, a very sad way to go get out. That was pushed, and Imran Nazir, after playing that delivery, he was looking for a run, and after taking few paces, when he realized the ball was stopped, he called for no, and I'm afraid that was too late. And the Pakistanis, they have once again lost their first wicket without a run on the board.
Abdul Razak, the new batsman, barely time for him to have a shout. He picked up the last wicket of Glenn McGrath and now suddenly finds himself out in the middle. He's got to do something with the bat coming in at number 3.
Well, tough times for Abdul Razak, having bowled a long spell, picked up 4 wickets in the Australian innings. Now, without the time to breathe and relax, he's asked to do the job once again with the bat now.
And Brett Lee is the bowler. Similar type field setting. Six in the slip cordon. Now that was a real fiasco, that run out. There's a couple of things to look at here. Let's have a look at Imran Nazir. Middles it nicely, but look at the eyes. They follow the ball. He set off early on in the over. You could see he was desperate to get off the single. Suddenly, no go back. And poor old Taufeeq Umar, who'd kept wickets, out without scoring.
Well, Taufeeq Umar has joined in the elite group of the batsmen who's got a pair in Test match cricket. And it has turned out, whoever got pairs in Test match cricket turned out to be the great players.
We'll have to welcome him to the club, Amir. Except I got mine in my last Test match. But we saw 6 slips in the first over. Suddenly, Steve Waugh senses this young fellow's trying to get a single. He's dispensed with one of the slips. Ponting's been moved across to point and a mid-off.
Yeah, he's getting edgy and nervy, isn't he? We all know that he's on a pair. He's already faced 11 deliveries and hasn't been able to avoid the pair.
Now this will get him off. Well, the pressure eased just a little. So Pakistan up and away, 1 for 1. The view from the cricket ground here from the light tower. Soccer ground just beyond the cricket oval. Now that's over the top. There's a bit of fire in that delivery from Brett Lee.
Damien Martin leaping up in the air in order to catch that ball, only getting the fingertips. Once again, a let off in the slips area, and once again the batsman has been Imran Nazir. He's been lucky, but not the bowlers, and on this occasion the sufferer has been Brett Lee.
Now that one is away for 4 runs. It teased Ricky Ponting, probably got a hand to it too. But hit with enormous power.
That ball was travelling at the rate of knots, and Ricky Ponting doing very well once again to get the hand onto the ball. Must have hurt. That ball was hit with tremendous power. It was shot and wide, and Abdul Razak throwing the kitchen sink over that one. And look at the effort. Total commitment, wasn't it?
Would have been a great save. But he's in a fair amount of pain, Ricky Ponting. One would think that perhaps he should go off. Looks as though he's going to swap positions, shift across to mid-wicket. Ricky Ponting still smarting from that nasty bounce that he got. It would have been a magnificent save. The finger strapped up already. Probably just clipped the end of the thumb by the look of it. So often they can rip that nail off, so he's a bit fortunate it didn't do that. Probably just squeezed between the thumb and the forefinger there.
Yeah, it looked swollen, doesn't it? And it happened during the first test match when he attempted a catch in the slips.
Now, no ball, but he didn't play it all that well.
He got all tangled up, didn't he, Abdul Razak? The split shot, it was fast and didn't bounce to Abdul Razak's liking.
Now that is the perfect short one, pitched and came in. And Abdul Razak just a little slow with the foot movement, so now he's copped a nasty one just above the wrist there. Now let's hope there's nothing, no serious damage done there, because that is the last thing that Pakistan would need.
Yes, there has been so many injuries in the Pakistani lineup. Enzam ul Haq suffering because of his knee. And then Yusuf Yohana had a fracture in his shoulder. Rashid Latif struggling with his hamstring. And now Abdul Razak has been hit just above the wrist. And that is going to hurt. And that was a fiery delivery as well. And Younis Khan is getting ready, doing a bit of stretching exercises. And now Abdul Razak has decided to go off the field.
Well, there's certainly been a little bit of off-cut for Glenn McGrath. The reason Glenn McGrath is such a difficult bowler to face is obviously he's still bowling at a reasonable pace at about 130 k's per hour. His line is good, but his length is impeccable. He doesn't give the batsman anything. There's nothing too short. There's nothing over-pitched. You're always working hard against him, and I suppose that's why he's only 5 wickets shy of 400 test wickets. Look at that average. Remarkable. Under 22. That's pretty close. That's gone. Up goes the finger. Glenn McGrath has struck. Another nought. Pakistan once again are in dire straits here at 13 for 2.
Well, that's a biggie for Australia. That is a top wicket for him. Glenn McGrath just getting one to jag back. Younis Khan just wandering in front of the stumps. There he goes across there. It's right on the area of off stump. Well, it's going to hit middle and leg, that one there. His back caught him on the crease. It's not going to go over the top. There's the shadow of the stumps coming through. So Younis Khan, a huge wicket there for Australia. 13 for 2.
Misbah ul Haq is the next man in for Pakistan. It's been a bit of a procession so far with retired Hurts at 2 wickets. He's at the non-strikers end at the moment. Andy Bickle into the attack. Worked away leg side. It'll just be the single to Imran Nazir. Pakistan have got some work to do here. Of course, this will decide the series should Australia get up and win. Home series, of course, for Pakistan. That's not a bad shot. Wasn't all that short, just whipped it away leg side for 4.
Good shot, that one from Imran Nazir. Kept a little low, waited, played it late, punched it really well. You see him, he gets into position here quickly, short. And it kept low on him there. Outside off stump too, pulled it across. Bickle not too impressed with that. I wouldn't be too dismayed as a bowler from that, because that is an iffy shot. And as much as he hit it well, it's a very dangerous shot on this pitch.
Oh, good kick. left-footed he was. I think he was, what was he, Tommy? He was a half-back flanker, wasn't he?
Yeah, something like that. He was pretty handy, apparently, too.
That's a good shot. Worked away in front of square on the leg side, so a bit of a chase for Glenn McGrath. He won't enjoy that. But Misbah's got himself off the mark and comes back for 2.
Yeah, Stacky's more the man to ask about that, the Australian rules football. Misbah 2 from 12. Well, that's a bit of a worry, isn't it? Colombo 17-10, 2 in the first dig. And, well, should have been dismissed last over. Hard chance, but they're the ones that Australia take. And, well, he had a bit of fortune. Sorry, wrong man.
Oh, that's a very good shot. That really is a terrific shot. Straight through the line, slightly over-pitched and smashed through mid-off for 4. End of the over. 28 for 2.
That's gone through the gap. That'll be another boundary for Misbah-ul-Haq, his second. One over, one maiden for Shane Warne in the second innings. He's had a terrific time with the ball in this series so far. 15 wickets. That's tremendous stuff. Great average and best of 7 for 94. In Colombo, the first innings there. And a faint edge and taken by the keeper. Imran Nazir is walking back and Shane Warne has struck. Lovely spin away from the bat and Imran Nazir all at sea.
Well, that's his 16th wicket in the series. Picking up the outside edge of the bat of Imran Nazir. Had a let off a couple of overs ago, but no mistake on this occasion by Adam Gilchrist. Great shot there, the revolutions, as the ball was delivered down. Bit of turn, always vulnerable outside that off stump was Imran Nazir. So he's out for 16 and Pakistan 32 for 3.
Faisal Iqbal, the new batsman, just 20 years of age. 7 test matches. He's just begun his international career. That best of 83. He stroked it against the Australians in the first test match in Colombo. Looked $1 million as a batsman in that innings. But he'll be feeling the pressure here. Pakistan 3 wickets down for 32. Long off in place, and once again Shane Warne has got that 2 fielders at catching in that cover zone. So he's got a definite plan against the youngsters here. He's making him wait. There you see that those 2 catchers shot cover closely together.
Oh. Not a great deal of turn in that last delivery, but there was to this one, to Imran Nazir. Pitched right on off stump. The young fella committed himself, didn't cover at all the spin. That is a routine decision there for umpire Venkat. Picked up a good healthy edge, good noise to it. Look at the revolutions, as we mentioned before. And good catch, good healthy edge, that.
That's an extremely brave move.
And that's the footy too.
Red and black in this heat. That's straight down the throat of Steve Waugh. Misbah-ul-Haq has been picked up by Andy Bickle once again. A loose shot and paying the price here. Pakistan 4 wickets down for 34.
Well, this innings starting to fall apart too. Sharp catch by Steve Waugh. This was pretty well struck. Was wide, hit right in the middle of the bat. And Steve Waugh, the body, the hands right behind it. No way known was that going to escape. So Andy Bickle picking up Misbah-ul-Haq, caught in the covers by Steve Waugh for 12. Pakistan 34 for 4.
Well, so far it's been pretty thoughtless stuff from the Pakistani batsman. Rashid Latif is out there without a runner, averaging almost 30. And Once again, Pakistani batsmen not putting a show there. They've been pretty insipid. The approach has been missing. It's a great come down from Colombo. Misbah-ul-Haq hitting at the ball a little hard away from the front pad. Probably Andy Bickle bowled a little slower as well. Edge and a great catch. Mark Waugh has picked up a beauty. That is sensational stuff.
What an absolute gem by Mark Waugh. That's the Mark Waugh that we see in the slip cordon, not what we saw in Colombo. This is an absolute beauty. Splitting the difference, going across, grabbing it virtually in the left hand. It was practically past him. Not a great deal of reaction from Shane Warne, and that is a magnificent catch by Mark Waugh off the bowling of Andy Bickle. Drinks coming out of the ground. Latif out for naught. Pakistan 36 for 5.
Well, a serious-looking Saqlain Mushtaq is out there now to replace Rashid Latif. 42 matches, there's a bit of experience there. What a catch from Mark Waugh. This was simply brilliant. Great anticipation, diving, and then holding it. And Andy Bickle, the successful bowler.
I think the thing also to look at the reaction of Shane Warne. Hardly got the hands up, and it was magnificently caught by Mark Waugh. His 178th catch in Test cricket, second in this match. Unfortunately, will probably be remembered for those 3 drop catches, the Colombo Test match. But this is a beauty. Let's have a look at it.
Great reflexes from Mark Waugh. Really got that in his hands finally, and there the appreciation from Shane Warne. He was also a little stunned with that effort.
Well, that's a good shot. Very good shot indeed. Nathan Horrocks has come on for Andy Bickle just to give him a bit of a breather, and it's going to beat him to the rope. Well played.
The best thing about Shane Warne is it doesn't bowl many bad deliveries. Keep it very tight, keeps the pressure onto the batsman all the time.
Brett Lee in the shadows. .50 on the board for Pakistan. Now the field placings here are very interesting. Now normally you have a situation where mid-off is just there. At the moment you've also got mid-on in that position, but Steve Waugh is intent, and Shane Warne also, to have him quite deep just to make sure that there's an opportunity of a batsman running down the track and launching. Gone. Easy catch. Mark Waugh in the game again, so that's really good bowling. Lovely bowling again from Shane Warne. Nice pace through the air, a little bit of drift, and that big turn.
Once again, worked out the batsman very well. Shane Warne. Taufeeq Umar has scored quite a few runs on the offside in the first Test match. No runs for him in this Test match on the offside. He had to do something different. He was looking to work the ball on the onside against a turn, getting the big edge and easy catch for Mark Waugh. Pakistan losing their 6th wicket, and that's off Taufeeq Umar. He scored 7 runs. 50 for 6 Pakistan now.
Pakistan were all out for 59 in the first innings. They're 50 for 6 at the moment. They were all out in 31.5 overs in the first innings. Now it's 22.4, which brings Shah Bakhtar to the crease. He's not known for his batting. He's an aggressive batsman, a higher score of 37. Something tells me, Amir, that he won't be blocking too many. Now, talking about the fact that well, this is going to be a 2-day test, we're presuming. Only 1 test has been completed inside 2 days since 1946. And that was England against the West Indies, Headingley 2000. Yes, I think we all remember watching that one. Wow, that just popped out of the gloves of Adam Gilchrist, and Shane Warne was in the right place at the right time.
Well, that's a bonus in Test match cricket for Shane Warne. Adam Gilchrist getting the gloves. Ball bouncing, and Shane Warne reacted very well and picked up that one. gladly, and he's obliged. 7th wicket has fallen. Shane Mushtaq is walking back. 9 runs is his personal score. 52 for 7.
I haven't seen Waqar Younis smile since the start of this test match. When he won the toss and elected to bat, 2.5 hours later, the smile was wiped off his face. But obviously that photograph was taken a couple of days before the test. He will be extremely grumpy, one would imagine. He's a proud cricketer. There's the Pakistan skipper. Probably can't believe what's happened. Brett Lee charging in. Now that looked like it was going to be a regulation dismissal to Adam Gilchrist, but it just popped out, and Shane Warne was in the middle of a celebration. He was up there and suddenly, oops, I better get my hands down and grab this. Slight hesitation from Brett Lee.
Yeah, Shane Mushtaq just spraying the bat.
Just tossed it up and out. Simple as that. Steve Waugh's the catcher. Big smile on the face of Shane Warne. That's not surprising. That was elementary.
Now, this is the reason why Shane Warne tossed the ball high up in the air. He was enticing the batsman into playing such a stroke. And Shoaib Akhtar looking to hit the ball towards mid-off, angle the bat, getting the healthy edge, the ball scooped up in the air. And Steve Waugh doing the rest. Well, that's the 8th wicket, which has just fallen in the Pakistani second innings, and that's off Shoaib Akhtar. He's walking back after scoring 2. 52 for 8 Pakistan.
Danish Canaria, 52 for 8 are Pakistan. Remember, they were bowled out for 59 in the first innings, which is their lowest ever test total. They're effectively 52 for 9 now. I wonder if they get past it. Might be another record they don't want. Just pitching outside the line of leg stump, just sliding a little bit leg side.
Well, having won the toss by the Pakistani captain, elected to bat, and that was the 18th wicket fallen just under 2 days of play. Was looking to play mid-off boundary line, but only ended up giving an easy catch to Steve Waugh at covers. Isn't he happy? Easy wicket for Shane Warne in his career.
Well, there's a bit of a slog from Danish Canary. He's got off the mark. McGrath's deep at long off. Now there's McShard. It's gone. He's given him, that's it, it's all over. Australia have done this wonderfully. Abdur Razzaq, of course, will not be batting. So that is a great performance. A big smile on the face of Steve Waugh. They've won this test well inside 2 days. Unbelievable stuff. Pakistan have simply been blown away.
Well, appalling performance by the Pakistani team in this test match. Well, look at the celebrations. Easy victory after having played a very tense game at Colombo. These Australians, they have outclassed Pakistan in every department of this game. And Waqar Younis was the 8th wicket for Shane Warne. In this test match, a bit of souvenirs, those stumps for the players.
Amazing stuff.
Well, that's how the Pakistani batsmen played in their second innings. Once again, disappointment. They started off in a similar fashion. Taufeeq Umar getting out for a duck, and then the rest followed. Only 2 double figures in this innings. Misbah-ul Haq scoring 12 and Imran Nazir, although he had quite a few chances for his 16 runs. And other than that, nobody looked like getting runs. And in the end, got burned out once again for 53 runs.
That's right, beating their own record from the first innings. So that's now their lowest total ever in test match cricket, and that's just diabolical, really, let's face it. Bowling for Australia, Glenn McGrath, tight as per normal, 6 overs, 2 maidens, 1 for 5. Brett Lee also enjoyed a run, 1 for 16, and Andy Bickle bowled a 7-over spell, 7 overs, 1 maiden, 2 for 19. That was really line-hearted stuff from him. And of course we saw the brilliance yet again of Shane Warne, almost 7 overs, 2 maidens, 4 for 13. So brilliant stuff from the Australian bowlers, and they rolled him out inside 25 overs. They rolled him out inside 32 overs in the first innings. So here's a look at Pakistan's lowest ever totals, and there's a couple of additions to the top of that list, courtesy of this test match. Now it's 53, of course, in this test at Sharjah, just going past their first innings debacle of 59, and after that 62, and it goes all the way down. But two new additions right at the top for this test.
Well, it was most emphatic win for the Australians, ladies and gentlemen, and as a result of this great win, they take the series in great style. So congratulations to Steve Waugh and his team, and bad luck, Pakistan. First of all, I'd like to introduce the presentation party. Mr. Asad Mustafa, who is the Manager Cricket Operations Pakistan Cricket Board, is here, and alongside him is Mr. Clive Lloyd, the match referee. First, I'd like to invite Waqar Younis to please come here and have a few words with us. Well, Waqar, not a happy day for you and Pakistan cricket. You'd like to forget this as quickly as possible.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yes, not a very happy day. We played really poor cricket in the last 2 days. Yes, we got to sit down again and think about it and make sure that we don't do it in the next game.
Well, you had plenty of youngsters in this lineup. Obviously, they did really well in Colombo, but I guess the consistency was missing.
Yes, they're very inexperienced. I think they've been needing a bit more time to readjust, and hopefully we're going to put the things right in the next game.
Well, you're down after this loss. Do you have the ability really to bounce back in the last one?
I mean, we're going to give our best shot. I know we played really poor. We got to, as I said, we got to sit down and think about it, where we went wrong, and we've got to make sure that it shouldn't happen in the next game.
Happy with how Saklan, Mushtaq and also Shoaib Akhtar bowled in this test match?
Yeah, overall I think the bowling was okay. Where we really struggled was the batting. We didn't really get runs at all. I mean, it was not easy pitch to bat on, but I think we batted poorly.
Well, bad luck, Waqar, and happy times next time you come and play Australia. Now we come to the winning captain, and Steve Waugh, to please come here and have a few words. Well, fantastic victory, Steve. It couldn't have been better than this.
Yeah, I think the bowling was just about perfect, and batting was pretty good also. Matthew Hayden, that was a great test match, 100, and we played excellent cricket over 2 days.
And a word about the pitch and the conditions there. They were pretty stiff.
Yeah, difficult pitch. Yeah, it was quite a bit of turn and not easy to play your shots. You had to work hard as a batting side, but I thought our bowling was fantastic. We hardly bowled a bad ball in 2 days. That's right. And word about Shane Warne, he was once again simply outstanding. Yeah, look, I think all our bowlers were outstanding. Shane certainly did well again, taking 8 wickets for 20-odd runs, and he's bowling very well, but I thought it was a real team performance. I mean, Andy Bickle's spell this afternoon was inspirational to the side, and Glenn McGrath and Brett Lee, I thought they were all fantastic. And a word about your team's fitness. You're going to be again tested very shortly. The next test starts on the 19th. Well, we've got a few more days off than expected now, so there's plenty of time to recover, and we're looking forward to the third test match. And your own batting form, are you looking for a big one to end this series? Well, I'm looking to get a few runs, yeah. I mean, I missed out this time, but it's the team that counts, and we're 2-0 up, so we're pretty happy about that. Well, brilliant performance, Steve. Well done. Thank you. Steve Waugh, the Australian captain. And now to the Man of the Match award, and it'll be decided by Mr. Clive Lloyd, the match referee, so I'll hand over the mic to him.
Cheers, thank you, Ramesh. Really and truly, it's not a difficult choice of such. Bad luck to the Pakistanis. You now realize that you're playing against the world champions. They're very difficult people to beat, and I hope that this will be a learning curve for you. But it's just a two-horse race, really, between Matthew Hayden and Shane Warne, and it comes down on Matthew Hayden for a wonderful century today.
And Matthew Hayden will receive the award from Clive Lloyd. US 3,000. Matthew, a few words with us. Wonderful innings. You're pretty happy with your effort?
Yeah, it was pretty tough conditions, so it's just nice to spend some time out in the middle. I guess we haven't played a lot of Test cricket for quite a while now, so it's a huge adjustment to the one days, and it's just good fun.
Well, what was heartening to see was that you're willing to work hard for your runs.
Yeah, sure. I think the conditions were obviously, difficult. Not so much the surface of the wicket, more just the outside conditions. Any time where you're batting in sort of 48, 49 degrees consistently over a few days, it's hard work. So I think it wasn't just me, though. We had some great partnerships right along the way. The opening partnership with JL again was outstanding. Then all the way through, Damien Martin and Shane Warne even chipped in with a good partnership this afternoon as well. So was a really good team effort, like Stephen said.
And what about the track here in Sharjah? Now, you've played here, obviously, and you've got 100.
Yeah, it's you know, it's hard work. I don't think you can score your shots as quickly as other grounds around the world, but that's the conditions that we face, and I guess we just were prepared to get stuck in.
And you've lost a little bit of weight. Is this because of this particular innings, or you've been training very hard?
Oh, thanks very much. Oh, look, you know, you do sweat a lot. I think at the end of yesterday, I'd used up 5 shirts and 4 strides as well, so yeah, it's tough work.
Well, it was wonderful watching you, and have a great time.
Thank you.
Matthew in, the man of the match. And so Australia winning the second test match emphatically.